Have you ever wanted to make your everyday activities a little bit more special and spicy? That's what we're going to be covering here today. We're going to be diving into the world of rituals, what they are, why they matter, give you a couple of examples of how you can quickly apply this in your own life, as well as how to introduce some consequences if you encounter a brat. Welcome to the Midnight Manor. On this channel, we dive into how you can improve your own intimacy relationships. So if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's how we make the channel bigger, and in this case, bigger is better. Let's get started. So first off, what is a ritual? For the purposes of this video, it's a consensual, repeatable act that you incorporate and add a kinky element onto things that you're already doing in your day-to-day life. Now, why is this important? It gives you a couple of benefits within your relationship. One, it helps to develop the bond between you and your partner, creating the opportunity in a short period of time to connect more deeply with each other. It also allows you the opportunity to spice up your relationship without having to plan out elaborate scenes or get a lot of equipment. It's a very easy way to be able to allow yourself to experience the lifestyle in your day-to-day lives. Lastly, it helps to establish lines of communication and practicing that between the two of you. We're making sure that you adhere to particular forms of what you're looking for and why, and then being able to implement that. So it really lays an excellent foundation for developing your kinky lifestyle from any point, as well as setting up those easy wins for you as well. So what are some rituals that we can incorporate into our lives that aren't going to take a lot of time or resources in order for us to be able to have that fun? Well, we're going to break it down into 3 categories to start off with. You can, of course, expand this into so many other different forms. These are just some that I've had a lot of good experience with that I know are easy for everyone to be able to try out at home. And this is going to go over permission, positioning, and snacking. So starting off with a permission-based ritual. This is something simple that you could incorporate, for example, when you're going to eat a meal or before you're going to go to bed, where before you actually engage in the activity, you take a brief moment to pause and commemorate the moment. That's what we're looking for at the core of it. So if you're looking to go to bed, you could be simple asking permission as a sub. Am I allowed to go to bed, master? Or right before meals, like, am I allowed to sit down, mistress? Or can I please sit down? With whatever title that is that you want to incorporate. So how do you set up a permission-based ritual? First thing is to understand what you're doing normally in the vanilla lifestyle and then adding layers on top of it. In the traditional example, you would have the table set, food would be all prepared, but before you would sit down as a submissive, you would take a slave position. It doesn't matter which one, you can negotiate that amongst each other, but you do want to make it something in particular. Something that you are going to link that is done with this ritual. This is going to help set up the uniqueness as well as making sure that there is a consistent, repeatable format. In doing so and creating that unique perspective, you are going to create the bond that gets attached to that unique experience between the two of you. And I'll be putting a couple of examples of some different positions that you could use as an example. As well, you want to add some quick phrase that you are required to repeat that is also exact as well before you're given permission to sit down. This could be something like, can I sit down, please, master? Can I be seated, mistress? Whatever title that you want to have incorporated in it. But you want to make sure that these are the titles you want to be referred to because this is your ritual. The lifestyle exists to serve us, not the other way around. So you want to choose something that you're going to feel empowered or special or respected based on your unique personalities. And you want to make sure that the wording is exact because everything is supposed to have meaning and purpose. That's what creates the connection and the value that you're putting into it. The great part about a ritual like this is it doesn't require much setup, but committing to that structure is going to allow you to be able to create that procedure that you can then lead on to other more intense kink situations as well. Another one that you can use is the position-based rituals. This could be something as simple as when either the sub or the dom come back, the other is going to be waiting in a certain position. It might be kneeling, it could be sitting, whatever it is that's required. And when the other party comes in, you can even have just a simple moment of recognizing that the person was away and you missed them. You could be like, I missed you, daddy. I missed you, sub. I missed you, master. It's great to see you again, mistress. Whatever it is, you just want to use it as an opportunity to create a moment where you're just reflecting on the relationship you have and appreciating it for a few quick seconds before you go about with your day. This is a great way to be able to actually focus on the attraction that exists between the two of you, and it's done in a very short period of time. That's the great part about these simple rituals, is that it sets it up and you can go into another kink scene, you could add more time to it, but it doesn't require anything more than a basic phrase, a moment of acknowledgement to be able to complete the emotional tie that it brings about. Then one of the last ones, and this one is a little bit more complicated, but not much. This is the snack or drink ritual. This is where, say, we'll imagine the traditional sort of meaty idea. Man comes home from work, he goes sit down, has a beer, starts to relax. Something we're all familiar with. But what if instead, when the dom comes home, they sit down, the submissive gets the drink that they would normally get themselves, maybe puts it on a serving tray, brings it to their dominant, and presents it to them. This could be just their favorite drink. It could be even curating a particular drink, like say a shot of whiskey, 2 ice cubes, cherry on top, stirring stick, just something in particular. The more details that you do put into it, the more it builds the ritual and the connection, because you actually have to focus on these parts. It brings us out of the everyday sort of feel. We're making sure that we're doing something exactly. You could also do this with a snack, preparing a little bit of a spread. Doesn't have to be elaborate. But key things that help to draw attention is having something that you're going to serve it on, or need to ask permission before you're dismissed. Again, we're recognizing the moment, acknowledging the connection between both of us, and allowing for it to flow based off our personalities and styles. Now what if there's some struggle, or they're having a bit of difficulty getting started, or God forbid they start bratting out on you? I would recommend giving a ritual a solid week for you both to kind of practice. This could be writing it down, reviewing it when you start doing it as well. It's going to be natural to feel a little awkward at first. So give yourself that sort of training period to kind of get all those bugs out. Now, afterwards, you could encounter some issues. The classic one is a brat, where they might be overtly just kind of going like, what is it I'm supposed to say again? I forget. Or you could have someone who simply forgets the title, or to include please, or just one little word is off. This could be bratting, but it could also be a test. A test from the submissive that is communicating, I want to make sure that this ritual means something to you as well. I want to be able to know that if I break from it, you're going to correct it because this matters to you as well. Well, oftentimes the subs are the ones doing the, lack of a better word, work. It is also important that the doms ensure that the consistency of the ritual is maintained. And you can have some fun with this as well. If they are bratting out a little bit more, you could do a discipline that could be like a timeout where they're not allowed to partake in the ritual there for a little bit. Or you can even do counting, a counting discipline, as a form of helping to reinforce what someone is supposed to say. So let's just give an example here that what they're supposed to say is, can I sit down, master? And they have to say that exact phrase. And let's just say they're struggling with any one of the words in particular. What you can do is bend them over your knee, get a simple spanking toy, and have them do a repeat after me. And you would say the word like may, they say may, then you give them a spanking, I, spanking, and you're allowing that to become a form of reinforcement, as well as some light play where you're really getting, it's all pleasurable, it's all fun in that regard, where you're using it to help enforce it and show how much that this means and the connection that you're both having with each other. If you start incorporating these elements, you're going to find that making your first steps into the lifestyle and keeping it consistent, which is really the big key, is going to be so easy. this is going to also help just make dwelling into everything else a lot easier as well. Because these same rituals that you're using can be done as a form of foreplay, warming up for larger kink scenes, or just being able to squeeze it in when you're really tired or stressed or don't have that much resources available. You can still do this, and it makes you feel good for your mental health in developing within the lifestyle. So as a recap, rituals are a repeatable action that follows a specific guideline to help encourage connection and bonding between the two of you. There's a lot of quick and easy ways that you can do so with permission, positions, as well as simple snacks. And then you want to make sure that you have some recourse to be able to make sure that you're enforcing it so that you keep consistent on it and you're developing that connection. And remember, this is your life. Have fun with it. And I'll see you next time.